Welcome to Inspiration Inc. I have a very special guest with me. I have the complete man, Mr. Gautam Singhania with me.
Thank you.
So thank you so much for joining us on Inspiration. And first of all, tell me about this, the complete man tagline. You know, I've been watching it, I've been seeing it right from the time I was growing up. So what is the inspiration behind this, the complete man tagline?
Clothing is one of the values of, when a person dresses, he feels good, but it's really a value system brand. What is a complete man? Can you ever become the complete man? Can you ever become the complete father? Can you ever become the complete son? Can you ever become the complete brother, sister, husband, whatever? Then challenges you to push the boundaries in your personal life. And this campaign came to us in 1990. And it's just been there since then. We saw the power of it, and it's been running for 3 decades now.
Do you apply it in your day-to-day life also in terms of your business strategy?
Yeah, I think it's a very powerful line to try and become complete. Firstly, the position of being complete is infinite. You can never become complete.
Correct.
So therefore, it is a very aspirational position to be in. And if you keep pushing yourself, following that, can I become complete? Then you push the boundaries and try to do newer things. Today, I think people work 24 hours a day, or there are a lot of people say, when I get to 60, I'm going to do this. And I say, who says you're getting to 60? That's an assumption. I mean, the only thing that's real is now. And try and live the complete life now. So we say in YPO, we say business, personal, family. It's a balance. They go together. You can't say, I'll get to 60 and then, compensate with my family. It doesn't happen. You might not have a family at 60 because they're gone.
Recently, there was news that you have stepped down from Raymond's Apparel, and I understand that's part of a larger strategy to have professionals in place to run all the businesses. So what is your vision on that part?
So basically, most people say there are 2 types of companies, professional companies and family managed companies. We're a third type of company. We're a family managed professional company. At the end of the day, I'm a family manager and I'm also a professional. And I believe that the companies should be larger than our personal interests. I believe that these companies must be governed and set up in a way that they go on infinitely. And there's a very strong distinction between ownership and management. Whilst you might be owners and promoters of the company, I think the management, the more efficient the management is and the better the management does, I think the family does better. A lot of people don't see that. And really what we're trying to do is we're trying to man our companies with the best people and really sit at some level as shareholders. And that, I think, is in the long term, it's my personal belief, is in the long term benefit of not only the shareholders, but the employees, but the people and stakeholders and everybody. We must not cloud our personal interests with our business interests. There has to be a clear ownership and management differentiation. I am now past 50. My kids are very young. Are they ever going to come into business? Even if they do, it's 20 years away, looking at their age today. God forbid if something happened to me tomorrow. I hope not, but if something did, what will happen to the companies? What will happen to my family? These are very important things we need to think through. And therefore, I have as much a responsibility to my family to secure them. I also have a very strong responsibility to my employees, my customers, my shareholders. And I must govern my businesses in such a way to ensure the longevity of the same. And I've stepped off chairman of Raymond Apparel, which is what I stated last year I would do. So I'm walking the talk of what I commit. And I think Nirvik Singh is an incredibly smart guy. He understands brands.
Yeah.
And I think Nirvik will add tremendous value to that board. We've also taken on 2 fresh directors on that company. One, Gautam Singhania from Nepean Capital, who's got a lot of ideas on value creation. Anshu Sareen, who runs hotels. Again, good insight into consumers. So we have broad-based that board as well. So we did it first with our FMCG company, where Rajiv Bakshi became chairman. We broad-based that board. We've done it with this. And just to clarify, people thought I've resigned from Raymond. No, I haven't gone anywhere. So I'm still an executive chairman, managing director of Raymond.
Yeah, a lot of people thought so actually.
Yeah, so I just want to clarify that.
What inspired you for a store like this? Because this is extraordinary experience, and not many people would expect an experience like this when they walk into a store.
So a few things. I think, I've had the good fortune of working at Raymond, and every time I've wanted the company to make something unique for me, they've done it for me because I was an insider. So I've got lots of clothes made from the company, product development, trying to change the game. And you've seen the product range and offering is dramatic. And I said to myself, if they can do it for me, why can't they do it for my customer? And made to measure is a very interesting concept. And this lounge, you can get a made to measure anything. You can get jeans made to measures, you can get track pants made to measure, you can get khadi, club wear, suits, jackets. We have been doing Vaikuna fabrics here, which is the best fabric in my opinion in the world.
In the world, yeah.
And shoes, leather accessories. It's come to a level which I think is delight. So at some level, if you give customer delight, I think it's amazing for a brand.
Yeah. I must compliment you for one thing, that despite being, Raymond Group would be completing 100 years in a couple of years from now. I think it started in 1925.
Yeah, so about 8 years from now.
Yeah, 8 years ago. But if you look at the way the brand has evolved, if you look at the way the products have evolved, it doesn't sound like a group which is pre-independence era group. So how do you manage that?
See, like I said, you have to keep reinventing yourself. You have to keep re-evolving yourself. If you took the company 10 years ago, we never did any shirting over-the-counter business. Today it's become a large part of our business. So if you take the last decade, what are the new things we've done? We've done shirting, we've done made to measure, we've done linen, we've done khadi, we've done ethnic wear, club wear, leather accessories. We went into bed and bath, it didn't quite work for us. So you win some, you lose some. Accessories, jeans, we become very big in jeans today. We are the best performing counter in multi-brand outlets. So you keep re-evolving yourself. And Raymond was a company that was really known for suiting fabrics on the counter. Yeah. Today it's a lifestyle company. Whilst the products is a reinvention of itself, so one of the comments that I used to hear 10 years ago was that, you guys have the best fabric, but who's going to stitch it for me? Over the last decade, we've significantly invested in this one comment. And today we have re-engineered this. So we have re-engineered our made-to-measure model. We've re-engineered our custom tailoring model. And also we have now set up tailoring hubs. So we have 38 tailoring hubs. We've set up tailoring institutes to train tailors with a target of 25,000 tailors to be trained. So it's just reinventing the wheel. And now the tailoring hub is a franchisee model between 10 to 100 tailors per hub.
When you look into, let's say, crystal ball from business perspective, okay, and now because we are in that age where the traditional retail is still on, but you also have this new age online retail and everything happening. So going forward, how do you see that part evolving? How that synergy will happen?
We strongly believe in traditional retail. And the fact is, whatever we say, there's going to be a coexistence. Shopping today is still an experience. It's still an impulse purchase. Fit cannot be done on the internet. Number two, we're opening a store a day today. Every day, day and a half, we're opening a store. We had Project 300 going on, which is 300 TRS stores to be opened. We opened 208 of them so far. We are today in 507 towns as Raymond on its own. The next big retailer in this country is in 392 towns, brand of another product category. So we still believe in this. And if you keep giving a better product offering, you will continue to do it.
So when you entered in your family business, now obviously you had a legacy because it was up and running business. It had a lot of non-core businesses as well. What inspired you to rejig this whole portfolio of businesses that Raymond's had?
Well, in 99, at some level I inherited a bankrupt company. We had huge debt. We had businesses which were not performing. cement, steel was doing terribly well, badly, filament was doing badly, and it was just a mess. And you know, we looked at the portfolio, are you in it for the short haul or the long haul? And we said, let's get out of non-core. So we sold cement, steel, filament, and we focused on textile. And since then, the rest is history. It's been an evolution since then.
You know, if I look at your personality, now there are two very interesting aspects to it.
That's part of being a complete man.
Oh yeah, I'm sure it is. So on one hand, you love speed. You know, I mean, everybody knows your love for cars and sports cars and all. But on the other hand, when it comes to your businesses, you know, you have never come across as somebody who's in hurry. I mean,
well, the store
it has evolved.
45 days concept to completion is not quick.
Which is fine, which is execution. But I'm saying from a vision perspective, if you see, then it's a long-term thing.
Certain things take time. Even when you build a building, bulk of the time is taken to build the foundation. Once the building comes out of the ground, it comes up very fast. We're really setting the foundation for a long-term play. My big innings really started 18th of February 2015 when I took over full shareholder control of the company. At that date, I was able to then do what I genuinely believed was right for the company. And I did not have to navigate politics anymore. So it's a young innings, but it's a new innings. Maybe the second innings, maybe the third innings, whatever you want to call it. And today, I think we've come a long way in 3.5 years. We're doing the right things, and I think the results will follow.
But I want to ask you one very interesting question, because I'm sure that so many youngsters must be going through this. So like you said, when you took full control in 2015, you were already 45 plus at that point. So was it frustrating somewhere, because you know where you want to go, you know this is right, this is wrong, this is what needs to be done, but you have to navigate, and you used a very correct word. Was it frustrating?
See, life is a journey, it's not a destination. Things happen at the right time for a reason. In life, everything happens at the right time for a reason.
Who's your biggest inspiration when it comes to the way you operate your business?
Well, I learn from everybody. I don't have a particular role model. But you know, when you come in contact with people, you learn from somebody something every day. Let me give you an example. 2 days ago, I had a friend here who came with another friend of his to make some clothes, and I was just helping them design it. And we got talking, and he was a bright guy. And the skin on that side was flapping, so I told the manager of the store, I said, that needs to be corrected because it's not right. So the guy asked me, very interesting, he said, does your company have a director for small things? So I said, what's a director for small things? Now this is a normal guy who I don't know. He said, what's a director for small things? He says, it's a guy who looks after just the small things in the organization. And you know what, the next day we implemented that.
Okay.
It was a great learning from somebody who's not been, but as I thought about it, a director for small things is a very interesting position, and some very large companies have it.
What is your biggest learning so far? Right from the time you started.
I have only one main learning, do the right thing. If you do the right thing, chances are you'll get criticized a lot, but you've got to stick it out.
You have got your share of criticism.
I've got my share of criticism, but that's okay. I can live with it. I can talk about it. I don't have a problem. If you live with a clean conscience and you do the right thing, this will all go away.
But do you ever feel, I won't use word sad, but do you ever feel unfortunate that sometimes despite doing the right thing, if you have to defend it?
You know, nobody's dealt a deck of only aces. You got to take the good with the bad. Look at the overall portfolio and go with it. You know, I think we're in an okay place. Why do we focus on what we don't have? Focus on what we have and capitalize on that. Everybody's got issues in life. But you know, the difference between the winners and the losers are the people who overcome their problems, who succumb to their problems. Have a positive mindset in life, whatever it is. I've been through enough adversaries, but go for it.
Is there anything you would like to change about your life?
Never. Not one single
Nothing
thing.
at all?
Not one single
Is that an honest answer?
Absolute honest answer.
If you have to list your biggest success and failure, what would that be?
If I had to list a failure, for example, I wish I had done this earlier. The focus that I'm bringing today. I wish I had done it much earlier. But
what stopped you?
environment, circumstances, age, whatever. I think success has been that, we're completely focused at Raymond. Today we are 110% focused. And I'm absolutely enjoying it.
Are you a spiritual person?
I'm a very spiritual person.
So how do you communicate with God?
Contrary to what people believe.
Yeah, actually, that's why I asked this question.
Yeah, well, I have my beliefs. And I think the complete man has to be everywhere.
I think you are one of the earliest brand ambassadors of the racing culture in India, or the Formula One and all, because that time India was not really up for those kind of things. So that flows from where, that love for speed? Is it from your father, because he was...
So my uncle was in racing, and he started the first automotive club here. So from childhood it was there, it was in the family. And I think either you have it or you don't. If you're passionate, I don't know what you're passionate about, but everybody's passionate about something. And I pursued my passion in motorsport. And I always urge people pursue your passions, because from motorsport I've learned a lot. I mean, whilst you say, oh, you're having a good time, but motorsport has brought tremendous discipline in my life. Because if you're not fit, so I go to the gym every day, I go to the gym 350 days a year. I sleep on time, I don't drink, I watch my weight, I eat right food. This is a derivative of motorsport. If you're going to race, you've got to be fit. So, and that helps your mind. It makes your mind mergers. When you're racing, you are continuously making extremely quick decisions.
It's like that split-second choice.
You're making
that you have to
split-second decisions. It helps you in your business.
make.
I mean, I work out 350 days a year. It's because I want to be fit, because I want to enjoy my cars, because I want to enjoy driving. Imagine if I was 150 kilos, I would not even be able to get into a Formula racing car.
True.
And now my desire to drive the Formula racing car is higher than eating sweets and chocolates. Simple as that.
So, you come from a family where, I mean, flamboyance has been part of maybe the DNA. So, I mean, right from your uncle who started first a racing club in India, to your father who was into flying planes and all, then you and your love for cars and all. Did you ever feel that burden of being part of a family where there are so many icons who are already there?
You know what, never compare yourself to anybody. Do what you want to do in life. Everything else will follow.
I'm going to ask you a couple of quick questions. So, we have this rapid fire round where...
Sure, you have a rapid fire.
Yeah. So, if you have to sum up your life in one line so far, and obviously you have a long life to live, but if you have to sum up your life so far in one line...
I feel complete.
You are already a complete man.
No, I feel complete. I think I've been fortunate to be able to do two things. One is do lots of things that have helped me learn. So whether it's my wine forum where I enjoy drinking wine, or whether it's my racing, or whatever it may be. On the other hand, I've been able to balance my business, family and personal. A lot of people don't do that. And that makes me feel complete.
Which is your favorite sport?
Well, I enjoy motorsport. I enjoy the gym. I love swimming. I enjoy all kinds of water sports. So I do a lot of jet packing, flyboarding, jet surfing, water skiing, swimming, all of that.
Which is your favorite book or the most inspirational book?
Well, I don't get time to read books.
You don't read, or you're not a reader?
No, I'm not a reader. I don't get the time.
Who's your favorite sports star?
I don't have, again, a favorite sports star, but different drivers over different periods of time have inspired me a lot. One particular one has been Niki Lauda, who's been a great inspiration in my life, who's been a phenomenal racing driver.
So, I'm going to ask you last question, and I know this could be slightly tricky, but in your relationship with your father, and obviously this is, I want you to answer this question simply
I'll
because...
answer it in total honesty, so ask me what you want.
I'm asking you a very simple question, that does it sadden you, or do you want to...
Of course it saddens me. Who would it not sadden?
You think it could have been handled in a better way?
I've
From
done
both
my
the
best.
sides.
You know what, in retrospect, everything could have been done differently. But it pains me to see what he goes through. I have repeatedly told him, let's sit in a room and resolve issues. But it's sad what age does to people. Of course it saddens me. When you're sitting, everything going your way, if I can carry my friends through everything in life, why can't I carry my family? I would love it if there was a resolution. I've tried multiple ways, but it doesn't happen. Now, it's unfortunate, it is what it is. It's unfortunate it's in court, so I cannot comment beyond the point. But I pray to God, it gets resolved.
At ET now, we have this philosophy. So our programming philosophy is Rise with India, because we believe that unless Indians rise, India cannot rise alone in isolation. I mean, the people of the country, they also need to rise with it. So what would you want to tell the youth of the country who's watching the show right now? Rise with India means what for you?
Follow your dream. You know, believe in yourself and follow your dream. And if you stay the course, I strongly believe if you stay the course and focus, everything will happen. Nothing happens overnight. But never underestimate the power of the human mind. And I've seen many times in my life that if I focus on something, I will make it happen.
Absolutely. Thank you so much, Gautam.
Thank you.
It was really a pleasure speaking to you.
Nice to
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks.